Hello and welcome to The Park, which is a game that I don't really know too much about, but I decided let's go for it because I saw there's a good offer on Steam and it looks like my sort of game, so I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. I just clicked the wrong thing there. I was meant to start a new game, but so I tried a recording on it previously, but I discovered I wasn't actually recording microphone, so it kind of went badly, and instead I'm wanting to start a new game, so let's overwrite it, since that seems to be the only option at the moment. So yeah, it's like I say, it's a psychological horror game based around an amusement park. That is the basics of it, that's all I know.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Atlantic Island Park. The amusement park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
So I'm naturally going to assume that Mr. Bear is this little child's teddy bear that I need to go and find. And first port of call is, like she says, go and speak to information. So the game looks quite interesting. I already noticed the graphics are quite good, and this isn't even on max settings. I've sort of dropped it down slightly, and the park is now closed. As I was saying, the graphics are now slightly lower than max settings because I didn't want to risk the performance being really bad, because I've noticed these still aren't that great, but I've noticed it still isn't that great, should I say, and we'll just have to see how it goes. But at the moment it's certainly playable, and it looks like the game should be quite enjoyable.
Hey, Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath. Think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
So I'm already not liking how creepy this guy sounds, to be totally honest. And also, how did the little kid just get into the park, if that's who it really was, because he clearly just said he was going to open the gates. So why would he need to, if the kid just got in through the gate? Shouting provides audible and visible clues to guide you.
Callum, where are you going? Over here. Callum, I told you to wait in the car.
This way, Mommy.
Right, so I think you can get in either way because of the green light, but we'll go through anyway, see what's at the other side. So this is the amusement park. There's a nice little flyer here that I can't really be bothered to read, but I get the gist of it. So I'll let you pause that if you want to, just to read up on it. Nathaniel Winter welcomes you to Atlantic Island Park. Let's see what it's got.
There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream.
I'm still not overly keen on the idea of going into a... Oh no, it looks like him up there. As I can see a shadow. I'm not overly keen on the idea of going into a theme park after it's closed, because it just doesn't seem like the right sort of thing to do. But already I sense bad things are happening. We've gone dark. Oh dear, this doesn't look good. Strange noises all around.
Oh God. The park. What happened here?
Well, it just seemed to go dark, is what I think happened here, but... having a look around, there's not... I can't see a great deal because it's really dark, but... So there's a little kid. It's already a little bit freaky because you can tell something's going to end up happening to the kid. Ooh, spooky. Carrie Killian is Satan's whore. Quite interesting, that. I never knew. That's quite cool.
Where are you?
And then you can't get in because obviously it's just a painting. So I just thought, you know, let's click it for shits and giggles.
Callum? Catch me, Mommy.
No, how about you stop playing around, come back, and we'll get out of here.
I think this belongs to Callum.
Great, so we're already expecting something's happened to him. So examine this plaque, see what it says.
Huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Well, that's quite deep. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. So Chad the Chipmunk, yeah, he's a great guy. Handwritten note.
I wonder what this is.
Purchased the land on Solomon Island for pittance, I might add. Whatever old Archie Henderson did to the locals, just to mention of his name, had people slamming doors and locking shutters from the moment I arrived on the island. My lawyers had arranged everything in advance, but the realtor, whatever that says, still had to come and deliver the keys to me personally. He took it upon himself to offer me another warning. I don't know what you're planning to do with this land, Mr. Winter, but the soil here is bitter, with a curse carried from the old sub-country. Old man Henderson, he did terrible dark things. The land remembers, sir. I dismissed him shortly afterwards, mostly amused by his pathetic attempts at warning me off. I have a great vision for this place, and the will to see that vision through to the very end. Atlantic Island Park, the name is perfect, and I can't imagine it being anything else. This is the start of something amazing. I don't doubt that in the slightest.
Come out, sweetie.
Come on, Mommy.
So where's he gone? He just ran off completely far ahead. Oh, creepy laughter. The game's doing well to set the scene already. The atmosphere is really spooky and I'm quite enjoying it.
Come on, Mommy.
Callum?
Okay. See, I'm not totally sure which way to go because I know you can get down there. You can ride that little swan over there. I'm just gonna have another look up here first because I've not looked here yet. See what's further up. So we'll get a bit of a move on. See what's up here. Chances are I might have gone the wrong way.
Another accident. This place.
Jesus Christ. Oh, is that... What's the That's the teddy bear, isn't it? Is he stabbed? It looks like something stabbed through his eye. If you can see that, I don't know how dark it looks on the video, but... I'm not going to read all these out actually because it takes me far too long, but if you can see that, feel free to read it. Moving on, let's see what we can find. I'm expecting something's going to pop out pretty soon. But I'll be ready for it. Okay. Cracking theme park you got here. I can't believe he just let us straight into the theme park after closing. I mean, the sun just goes running in.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy. The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
I'll read this because it might be interesting actually. So, eyewitness report, Atlantic Park incident. We were waiting for our turn on the ride, Frank, me and the boys. The fellow in the chipmunk suit is making a nice carving. While people took photographs, Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been a bit wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly, I know. Anyway, the chipmunk man, he was carving and picking away at the ice, and at first we thought he was making some animal, like a tiger or a lion, but as more and more ice fell away, when you first looked, it was like a human face, smiling out of that block of ice. But the more you looked at it, the more you saw that there was actually something not quite right about the proportions, something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little bit faster, like you were prey, and that thing was in the ice was the hunter. But then these teenagers walked up, and one of them made a face at the carving and said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit, and then, well, he went berserk. For a few moments, it was chaos. Everybody was running away from the guy. You had one of the teenagers on the ground, and he was stabbing with the ice pick, and blood was spraying, and people were screaming, and Frank and I had the kids, and we were dragging them away as fast as we could. And the last thing I saw before Frank dragged me away was that the eyeball of one of those poor kids had landed on the ice sculpture, making the horrible creature look more or less alive. That sounds pretty messed up. Sort of regret reading that now. Nah, I don't. Yeah, that was interesting. Cool. From a moment there, it looked like someone was actually sat on one of those benches. So looking around, can't see much I can really interact with at the moment, but we'll keep looking for clues as to where my son is.
Callum! Where did you go?
Over here.
Keep saying over here, but don't know where that is
I
exactly.
remember this.
That's an achievement. Right, okay, so
Callum, where did you go?
I feel like I know exactly where he is or where I need to go to get to him either way, but I do like exploring around, so we'll see where this takes me. Is this going to take me back to where I was, or the other question is there a map? Because that would be quite helpful, but if there is, it's not M. I hope it doesn't take too long to get into this game, because it seems great. I mean, already, like I say, it's a little bit spooky. Yeah, we are definitely going back towards the area over there where you can ride the swan. So we'll see where it takes us and what's in store for us next, if it'll move. Okay. Excuse me.
Callum, stay where
where you are!
Callum, where are you?
See, the fact that she said that sort of makes me think he's gone on this way. And this is all we can really do. So, we'll see where it leads. Still can't believe I have to go through all this just for a teddy bear. When will they learn? So,
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children.
so this is clearly one of
A
the
boy
rides.
named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. What will become of us? The woodcutter asked his wife one night. I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Then we will all 4 starve, you fool. Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. Do not fret, Gretel, Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day.
It's not very nice.
Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself, the wife told the woodcutter.
I did read somewhere that this
In the
is
morning,
heavy
their mother gave them a
storytelling
slice of bread and led them
as
deep
well
into
as
the forest
exploration,
again.
and obviously horror. So it's interesting. We'll see how it all fits in.
Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days. The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls.
What a freak!
Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house? An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you. But Hansel and Gretel
But I
stayed
bet that's a
back,
lie.
for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you. The
I'd
old
probably be
woman
afraid.
offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside, the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed.
You don't know. Don't do this, kids.
Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. Your brother will make a good mouthful, the old witch told Gretel. Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him. Time passed, and poor Hansel
Alan, where did you
refused
go?
to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The
Echo.
witch, for her part, grew impatient. Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven. But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not know how. Where is the opening? Fool, the old witch said. The opening is here. And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked.
Don't you love it?
And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Don't you love a happy ending? Is what I was going to say. Well, yeah, it looks like that's the end of the ride. Oh, that's a bit freaky. Should that happen? Okay, thanks for that. That was interesting. Thoroughly enjoyed that. But I don't think it brings us much closer to my son. Achievement unlocked: swans, gingerbread and chocolate.
Callum! Callum!
Alright, ladies and gents, thanks for watching. I think we're going to leave it there for this episode. So, you've just been watching part 1 of my The Park walkthrough, and I will be back for some more before too long, hopefully, providing I'm not too busy. This is the first chance I've had in ages to actually start playing some games again, and I felt this would be a nice little pleasant series to record, and I think I'm going to enjoy playing it. So again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned because I should have some more before too long. If you do enjoy it, please, well, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.